Troy's fired up.
Hmm?
Troy's fired up.
Hey, I bet. Wow, that's amazing.
Spike.
It's spiked. Mine too. Straight water.
How many helmets we got? About 78, 80?
I never counted lately, but it's up there.
Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. Semi-final recap show. It's the midnight recap show, and my oh my, out of 80 helmets sitting behind us, then there was 3. Uh-oh, Gary.
I'm sorry. It's not.
Then there was 3 Cecilia Vermilion Catholic St. James. One of the a couple that punched their ticket this evening. But out of all the helmets we have, those are the 3
that's left.
that we get to show off on Wednesday night. Gary Swallow, tickets were punched all across the state of Louisiana tonight.
Yeah.
We saw blowouts. We saw statements. We saw almost brawls before the game.
Yeah.
It was a cold night for high school football in certain parts of the state. Gary, we seen state champions fall. We saw walk-off field goals. My friend, we saw 3 runner-ups from a year ago find themselves in position to have redemption seasons. Gary, we are guaranteed 7 brand new champions this year. How sweet it is.
Yeah, that's amazing in itself. You know, there were, like you said earlier, there were some nail biters, there were some blowouts, there was some back and forths. I mean, it was an amazing night for high school football.
A bittersweet night.
Yeah, bittersweet night. We had some.
When we closed the broadcast off about an hour or so ago, it was rough. It was tough, man. You know, it was your final broadcast of the season, and you know how much hard work you put into it these last 28 games, and sad to say goodbye.
Yeah, it was bittersweet in our eyes because, I mean, honestly, this is something that we love doing, and you know, it seems like we just started, and you know, we're at our last broadcast, our last game that we're going to call this year.
And who knows what's in the future?
Right?
Will we even have a year 7 of Run the Lights?
Oh, I feel confident we will. But the thing about it is that it's just whenever you start something and it comes to an end, especially something that's seasonal like this. It's like in any sport, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, you know, whatever, soccer. I mean, it could be anything. If ever you're into it, like we are in like South Louisiana, well, hell, like Louisiana is, you know, whenever the season starts, we're all excited. We work towards it, and man, this was the last week before the Dome, before the championships. Mm-hmm. And as much as we're excited to go to the Dome next week and, you know, do that, but then that'll be the final touches, but that'll be the crowning moment for, 8 teams. So look out.
Yeah. Oh, man. And you speak of state championship football, correct?
Right.
Gary, there will be 2 brand new teams to make it to the Dome for the first time in school history.
Right.
Gary, I mean, what a moment for those teams. to touch the carpet for the very
God.
first time.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything but, man, that is so exciting whenever you get a chance to actually walk on that field, and know that this is where everything is crowned on. This is where the Saints play, man. This is where the pros play. They're in there, and man, I can't tell you how excited I am for those teams. But like you said, we're gonna have probably seven new state champs.
Gary, it could be 8.
Yeah, it could be.
But 7 guaranteed brand new champions. We said we like seeing new teams in the dome.
Yeah.
Gary, we're gonna get it next week because we looked at some of these matchups, and Gary, next week you're gonna see a lot of new faces, a lot of new colors in the dome.
Right. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to just tell you flat out, I'm excited to see it. I want to see a lot of, man, I want all you guys to go out there. If you haven't been to the dome for that experience, go out there and support your team. I mean, we had the opportunity to do it for our alma mater twice. One we won, one we lost, back in the day. And I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing like going to the dome and cheering on your team. It's amazing.
Gary, we get 3 locals.
Yeah.
At the state championships this week. Remember, we're based out of Opelousas, Louisiana. So when we're talking locals,
it's a surrounding area.
Surrounding area here. Congratulations to Vermilion Catholic.
Yeah.
Big win tonight. I mean, every bit of advertised as the 1 seed.
Right.
I mean, the last 2 weeks we saw them in our up close and personal, and they're good.
Yeah.
They got a special football team, and they got a phenomenal head football coach over there. And when he gave a lot of credit to his coordinators tonight, whenever I did his interview.
Yeah, that's a coach that has humility, and he's very humble, and that's why he's become one of my favorites. Yeah. I won't lie to you, he's become one of my favorites.
And Gary, I mean, you know what else? We got 2 other locals that made it.
Yeah.
Catholic and New Iberia stuns the state champs, North Louisiana tonight. But we looked at Catholic New Iberia back in the Jamboree and said, Gary, I think this team can win a state championship. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
To talk about a team like that in the Jamboree, it was just something about them that night.
When we saw them, we both looked at each other in awe. I mean, it was just like, this team is special. And I mean, that was a long time ago. I was in the Jamboree, in Eunice, and we looked at it, and they had right out of the blocks. They had a stumbling block. They tripped because they had to play in that monsoon
against another team that's playing for a state title.
Right, and but they woke up and recovered from that. So man, I can only, and we'll talk about that more a little bit later. But I mean, I'm just so amazed with how they do that.
Congratulations to Catholic and New Iberia for sure.
Yeah.
One more congratulations for you, Mr. Swallow. Congratulations to the Cecilia Bulldogs.
Yep.
The Bulldogs are marching right back to the dome. And Gary, as many points that they're putting up into the playoffs this year, you think they're pissed off from last year?
Well, last year they had an arch rival in the finals, and man, this year they're just clicking on all cylinders right now, and they
talking about playing your best football.
Right now, and I won't say much of anything, but after that OHS loss, it seems like it woke them up.
Well, they got healthy too.
Yeah, and they got healthy and everything like that. So man, look out! It's going to be interesting.
Congratulations to the Cecilia Bulldogs, my friend. Congratulations to Catholic New Iberia, and congratulations to Vermilion Catholic. 3 schools that will represent our local Acadiana area and I don't want to say Acadiana area, around us.
Yeah, around us, yeah.
That will represent us at the Dome next week. So good luck to those teams there. Gary, we do have 2 teams ranked higher than 10 that will also be in the state championship game, my friend. Mm-hmm. You got to look at Ouachita Christian comes in as an 11 seed, and Cecilia comes in at an 18 seed. Not often you see a lot of teams with higher seeds make it to the dome, but
Right.
here we are. We get 2 of them.
Right. But I got something to say too. I was looking at this earlier. Do you realize out of all of the classifications, all but one number 1 seed made it to the dome? There's only one number 1 seed that did not make it.
Gary, 7 of the 8 1 seeds advanced to the finals. Neville stunned at home
by Catholic Central of Baton Rouge.
and they're about to fight before the game.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I kind of heard it, but I didn't look into it because we was kind of busy. But
we had people
yeah.
sending us the clip, and that's good
Yeah.
old 5A football at its
yeah,
best, huh?
you're right, man. You're
Looking
right.
like a little SEC football out there.
Boom. I want to see which one put the hammer down on it,
No, Cecilia's definitely not a 18 seed. We knew that coming into the playoffs, and
Oh, God, yeah.
seeds can be deceiving, and
Well, we talked about that all day at the pick show. When you get to this point, those numbers that you have next to your name, the seeding, that goes out the window.
they were a top 4 team coming into the
Oh,
playoff
God,
bracket.
yes. Most definitely. Most definitely.
They ran into some speed bumps along the way, played a grueling schedule, had a banged up Diesel Solari, and Gary,
now he's healed up and he's showing it.
I mean, number 4 might be the best player in the state of Louisiana right now.
That's it.
Going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
My, oh my. Gary, how about this? Only 2 1 versus 2 matchups next week.
I know. That's why I noticed that.
We
That's
get-
what I was looking at
We get
earlier.
Haynesville and South Plaquemines, and we
Right.
get Edna Carr and Alexandria. The
Correct.
only 2 matchups next week that will be 1 versus 2.
Right. That's amazing, but at the same time, that wasn't. I guess you could say it's not shocking.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you get to the semis, I mean, those seedings don't matter. I mean, we've had some higher seeds get in there. You got General Trask that made it in their 12th seed. I mean, I'm sorry, that's to make it to this point. I mean, I think General Trask is better than a 12th seed myself personally. But I mean, and you have.
I mean, Washington Christian
Yeah.
is a top 4 seed any given
Right.
year.
And they're ranked what, 11th?
It's the strength of schedule, though.
Yeah.
I mean, how many 13-1 teams right now are ranked 11th?
You're right. I don't know, man. Like I said, the seating and everything like that, and when you see that, the way that it's panning out, the number 1 seeds were pretty tight, pretty accurate all the way across. 7 of the 8 number 1 seeds are in the finals, but golly geez, only 2 number 2s made it to the finals. There's only 2 games with 1-2. Everything else is scattered up. So wow.
Gary, what about your thoughts on 3 state champions falling this week? We saw 4 fall last week.
Right.
3 of them fall this week, and only 1 is left standing, and that 1 that's left standing is pretty darn good, and it's Ruston.
Yeah, that's Ruston.
But your thoughts on 3 state champions falling tonight? We saw Calvary lose in dramatic fashion. We saw Union Parish lose in a thriller with St.
back
James.
and forth. Yeah,
And
we thought it was going to end with the same score that the final game last year. Because whenever it got to it, but it didn't. But
and then we saw Catholic of Baton Rouge lose to a really, really good team tonight. Your thoughts? 3 state champions fall.
And, I'm sad, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because, when you're a state championship team, you have everything working on you, but you lose and you have to rebuild. Now, you might not lose that much, but you're still going to lose a little bit. And, you're vulnerable on that. And those teams that beat them were gunning for them. They were out to beat them. And you know what? I think, it's part of the game. It's part of the roller coaster of the state championships in the state of Louisiana. When the same team wins all the time, it's not fun.
Well, you look at a Catholic New Iberia team, and you got to think to yourself, man, they wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted it, and they played to the final
Right.
0 tonight.
Oh God.
You look at St. James, man, it's redemption season.
Right.
They knocked off Union tonight.
Correct.
You looked at Carr knocking off Catholic. I mean, majority of the state had a feeling that was going to happen.
Right. But yet that Carr game was back and forth.
Oof.
And if it
game
wouldn't have been for a sack kicking them out of field goal range at the end, that may have gone the other way.
That game was dome worthy.
Yeah. Oh God, that was. I mean, that's like you say, it's dome worthy. It should have been in the dome, but you know what? That's why you bracket it up and go to it.
And that's why we get a good one in the dome.
Most definitely.
That banger right there.
You're right. We get to see what I'm gonna predict to be one of the best games in the dome in the championship history in a while.
Okay.
I'm gonna predict that.
There are 3 runner-ups in position to have redemption seasons:
Yeah.
Cecilia, St. James, and Haynesville.
Right.
All 3 of them have a good shot to go and finish off what they left a year ago.
Right. That excites me, Jordy. I'm going to tell you this right now. That really excites me because, when you get so close in fall, you're going to get a trophy, but it's not going to be the gold trophy. It's going to be the silver one. It's not the same. But, man, that excites me that these guys have basically they took a step back, took a big, deep breath and said, okay, we want the gold trophy. We want to go to the end. And they set their sights for it, and they're there.
Well, they feel like they had a bad taste in their mouth. They feel like they left something in New Orleans, and it took a whole year to get back.
Right.
And now they're back.
And
now you got to go finish it now.
Right. Now, and they're, I'm sure they're going to be more determined. Not that I say more determined, but they're going to be have a little bit of fuel on the fire. I mean, they're just going to have a little bit of a little bit more oomph to where they can actually maybe get it done this year. Only time will tell, and that's why we play the games.
Gary, early favorite for the best crowd in the state championship game next week.
Oh,
early favorite
for the best crowd?
Yes, my man. Are you? Haynesville, South Plaquemine, Vermilion Catholic, St. James, Sterlington, Dunham, Catholic New Iberia, Franklinton, Edie White, Central Baton Rouge, Ruston, Carr, Alexandria, or Ouachita Christian. Who's bringing the biggest crowd?
Personally, you want to
week?
know what I feel?
Central Baton Rouge.
They're right there. First time in the dome.
Okay. First time there, yes.
Central, and Central's part of Baton Rouge. So whether you're in Central, you still got a lot of Baton Rouge area that's gonna support you and be with you. But man, I think Central's gonna be a ghost town. That part, and they're gonna have other people from Baton Rouge that are gonna want to go
Because
to.
it's their first time in school history touching the court.
Most definitely.
I like the way you're thinking there. I think Ash is going to travel really well.
I was thinking about Ash too. I think Ash is going to travel very well.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of these teams. Franklinton's going to pack every seat. Vermilion Catholics coming with all of Abbeville. What else we have here? St. James always packs the house.
Mm-hmm.
Sterlington, they got a long ways to go, but they're going to travel well. Dunham's gonna travel well. Catholic New Iberia, they're going to pack the place out.
New Iberia might be a ghost town, man.
Edie White's coming. Long road trip for Ouachita Christian, but they always show up in big numbers. South Plaquemines, they're right there. Carr, they're right there. Ruston. Oof, it might be wrapped around the building.
Ruston always, I'd say those two are probably going to be the most intense crowd there.
What else we have here? Most intriguing game next week you're looking forward to. You said it was Alexandria and Edna Carr. That's the most intriguing game? Give me an undercard.
An undercard?
Give me an undercard
my gosh.
that's
Let's
catching
see.
your eye right now.
I think I won't lie to you. Huh?
JB, I forgot y'all boys on here.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Central and Ruston's going to be an interesting ball game. I think that's going to be. I think to kind of.
So you going to big boys?
I'm going to big boys, but I also want to say Cecilia and Franklinton. That should be good, but I can't take anything away from our buddy JB. St. James and Sterlington, I think, is going to be a pretty decent game too. I think St. James is going to be going for
our buddy Troy.
Troy. I got too many people in my head, but yeah, Troy. I got to go with that. But man, honestly, if you look at them, I think they're all going to be intriguing. I don't think that there's. I'm knocking my wooden table that's actually plastic.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if we can have some games competitive like we did last year, but I think honestly, looking at the matchups, I think they're all going to be competitive. I think they have a chance to all be competitive ball games.
Got a shot.
Got a shot.
Gary, what else happened this evening? Oh yeah, we got to call a good one.
Oh, we called a dang good one, man.
It wasn't as good on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but it
was a great environment.
Right.
It was an honor to be there. And boy, we had a 6-man crew tonight.
Yeah, we had a group of people.
We had a great crew, man, and we froze.
Yeah, it was cold. I know you can't tell, but I got my jacket and my hat, my little beanie right there. Jordy has his over there and everything like that. We was cold, but you know what? We have a good ball game, and we were watching how many games on the top of that press box?
Yeah, we had 5 cell phones on different streams across the state of Louisiana. So we had, here's the table, we had 5 phones like that.
Yeah.
And then mine monitoring the chat, which it got out of hand. 1.2 thousand comments later, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah. And then we're calling a game.
Yes.
That's I won't lie, it was one-sided, but it was an exciting ball game. We had a chance to see VC and Kentwood. First time we got a chance to call Kentwood.
And man, you look at their roster; they're so young.
Oh God, they're young, and they made man.
You know what Coach said in the post-game interview?
Yeah.
He said, "Man, I don't want to see Kentwood in the years to come."
Right,
because of how young they are.
They are, sophomore heavy. If you look at their roster, they got juniors, they got freshmen, of course, but they got a few juniors, and their seniors are very. I forgot how many they had. You announced them during the broadcast.
It wasn't many.
It wasn't many, but their program is got a good fan. Is Coach?
And I tell you what,
Coach Boyd. Is it Coach Boyd?
Coach Blunt.
Yeah. Oh, Blunt. I'm sorry, Coach Blunt. First year, and he's got them to the semis. First year.
I mean, they took down the state champs
last year. And last year, but first year, and so they're going to be there in the future. He's building a foundation at Kentwood, that's going to be solid for a long time to come.
Yeah, it's been a while for the Roos.
Yeah,
since they've been to this point, and watch out.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you,
they could be in the driver's seat a year or two from now.
Yeah.
Speaking of the counterpart,
right?
Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles.
Hail to the Kings, man. I'm going to tell you right now, they are showing me why they're ranked number 1 in the state.
Number 1, and back-to-back weeks, the offense has went crazy. But it's the defense that rules the day, in my opinion, because they play with a chip on their shoulder back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
And they have sent a message across the state of Louisiana. Yeah, they may be 1A. Yeah, they're undersized.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't have much depth. But, Gary, these kids play hard for 4 quarters, and they have a lot of heart.
Right.
Don't worry about that right now.
I thought I saw something. Anyway, but no, that's
a lot of heart on that team, and and for what they don't have in size, that they pick back up with the size of their heart.
But Jordy, did you look when we watched them and they lined up? Kentwood had size all the way across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And VC didn't. They were undersized. But, boy, they fired off the ball. On offense, they moved people around. They separated. They know how to get on a block and stay on it. On defense, they shot to the ball and went to it and found it.
They fly to the ball.
Anytime you hold a team like Kentwood scoreless, that's a statement.
Yeah, 2 goal line stands inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Gary, they fly to the ball. It's 11 has to the
Right.
ball. Their gap sound. They're well coached.
Right.
And I tell you what, they'll beat you up in the trenches for sure.
Yeah. The most important thing that I think is that, when you coach a team, the way that DC's coach, they play for each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably more worried about the other person on the team than they are about themselves. They seem to be so tight as a family, and that's what I call a team, especially a high school football team. You are a family.
Yeah.
And when you play for your brothers on side of you, and at the interview, I was listening to your interview with the line, the offensive line, and the defensive linebacker. How many times did they say brothers, my brother? I work with my brother. My brothers are doing. That made me so proud of what this coaching staff has implemented into this philosophy at Vermilion Catholic right now. They are a family playing for a goal. And, they're one step away from that goal.
Gary,
Unbelievable.
this senior class was sophomores when their hearts were broken on that carpet 2 years ago.
Right.
And it's not every day you get a second chance at something in life. And here we go. Those seniors this year have a second chance.
Right.
Gary, we got to speak about Johnny football before we get on out of here.
Oh, God, yes, man.
You made the claim that that's the best quarterback you've seen this entire season, and it's not from a passing perspective.
No.
The man had 40 carries tonight.
41, wasn't it? Didn't
40 carries tonight. 200 and something yards. Hayden can let us know. 200 and something yards on the ground. He's over, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's at 41 rushing touchdowns this season.
Right.
And Coach said it in the interview. Now he's the all-time
41.
He's the all-time career touchdown holder at Vermilion Catholic
Right.
now, and it may never be caught.
You're right.
I don't think anybody's going to touch that record for a long time to come.
I don't see that happening, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know if anybody's looking at him as far as the next level, but that young man
Deserves a shot.
He deserves a shot. And I don't know if you're going to want to put him at quarterback, but with his speed and his elusiveness, he should be on the field. And he should be carrying the ball or catching the ball or doing something at the next level. That man is a football player.
Now, you don't just earn the title Johnny Football unless you have a special career.
Yeah.
And what a great career he is. He has a shot to go out a champion with his brothers.
Whoever, and I'm going to say this right now to all of you college coaches and all of you next level coaches, if you let this man pass you, if you pass on this man, you're making a mistake. This guy is a team player. He's a good football player, and he's going to make a lot of people just go wow at the next level. So take a look at him. He's good.
Yeah, I want to thank you to our sponsors this evening that gave us a shot here from Vermilion Catholic. Gary, Le Bon.
Le Bon Manger.
Le Bon Manger. I struggle with French. I want to say thank you to Le Bon
Manger. That's food. You eat.
Yes. And then our good friends from the pool company also. I mean, they took a shot on us this weekend. We hope we made them proud.
Yes. And we want to, I tell you what, we want to thank y'all for the food. I mean, I'm going to tell you straight up, that's the best food that we've had. And 2 weeks in a row, man, y'all fed us good. But tonight was a special thing because, man, we had food for days.
Man, they came with the fettuccine, the brisket.
The brisket. I was like going, oh my gosh. I said, I just couldn't believe it.
It kept coming with more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you left hungry, it was your fault.
That's right.
But thank you again for the hospitality this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had a winner this evening, shout them out in the chat. We would love to hear from you. Who's going to the Dome? Where's our fans at tonight? Where you watching? Let's see if your team is going to the Dome, or maybe you're just watching on a long bus ride home, right, Gary?
You're right.
Maybe, shout out to all the teams that made it to the semifinals and came one game short this evening, but shout out to the guys that punched their ticket tonight. We would love to hear from everyone.
Yeah. You're right. I agree with you.
As we gear in, talk about some of these brackets, let's go back to some of these comments here. As everybody starts shouting it out.
Yeah, we have some questions. We have some comments. So I'll tell you what.
JB's in the chat. What's up, JB?
Yeah.
Congratulations to the show. Eagles, my friend.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown says Haynesville Golden Tornado. Hey, redemption tour.
Yeah.
Mr. Andre Vest, tough one, my man. Heartbreaker tonight. We was rooting for you guys for sure.
Yeah.
Jake says, listening to y'all on the long road trip from Boris was safe travels, my man. Get home, get some sleep. Keep us on if you want, but we'll keep you company for at least an hour or so.
Yeah.
Let's see. He says it was a rough one for Iowa, but they did not quit, man. Much love to Coach Johns and that team.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have expected for them to quit. I know they fight and they play till the end, and all we can say is great season. Hey, the future's bright.
Braden is with us. Good call tonight, guys. Thank you, my man. We try our hardest, and we know we're not the best at it, but
we have fun.
We have a lot of fun with it. Joshua Underwood, man, my heart breaks for you guys. Keep y'all heads up. Troy's in the building. He's celebrating. Troy, what you sipping on tonight?
He's dancing in the streets, man.
Absolutely. Let's see. Hayden says most dominant teams in the playoffs this year: Vermilion Catholic, Haynesville, Cecilia, and Ruston.
Yeah. Wow.
Mr. Donald Fuselier's here.
Yeah. I agree.
Mr. Jerry's here. I know he's celebrating the big Sterlington win this evening. Mr. Jerry, come say hello to the guys next week at the Dome.
Yeah, we'll be in the end zone with the popcorn.
Let's see. Cornelio says it for us, Gary. Crazy, crazy week of high school football.
Yeah, you're right. Fun one, though.
Blaine Dugas in the building. Boy, we still eating your brisket over here.
Yeah, it's right there.
Your brisket's still on the table. VC, baby, all the way. Let's get it, Screaming Eagles. Blaine Dugas, ring the bell.
Hey, we got a chance to actually stand by the bell. Me and Jordy took a picture by it. We never rang it yet. We got a chance to ring it, but I tell you what.
No, I mean, you don't
touch the bell.
You don't touch royalty when we don't want to be the bad luck charms.
No, we just stood and took the picture because that's one of the best, great, I call it one of the most awesome traditions that I've seen whenever after you have a victory where the team goes and they ring the bell.
Miss Monica says, go Dogs. Dogs right behind us, Gary.
Yeah, right there.
Cecilia, boy. They could score and score for days. Austin Tyler's in the building this evening. Troy says he's going to have the whole River Parish there. I agree.
I believe it, yeah. Troy, you got to come see us whenever you're there, man. We're gonna be in the end zone.
Troy's going to watch that game from the couch.
Oh, no, man. You got to be there, Troy. You got to come and visit with us, man. We love it. Come and see us.
Austin Tyler says, 2 coaches made history tonight. Absolutely. Franklinton head football coach made history tonight, bringing his 3rd team to the Dome, and also Central Baton Rouge head football coach brought his 3rd team to the Dome. So could not forget that. Kenneth Manuel, see you guys on Friday in NOLA. Yes, sir. You know where to find us. Levance is in the building. Congratulations to Alexandria. Those guys deserve to touch the carpet.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see them play next week. Come say hello, Levance.
Yeah, definitely.
Vanna Foster says, Screaming Eagles going to the Dome. Who's going to give them a ride?
Hey,
You right, man. You right. What else they got? GP is in the building. He says, looking forward to being with you guys next week. Well, GP, we're looking forward to being with you guys next week.
Yes, most definitely.
Y'all know where to find us. If we don't get approved for credentials, you know where to find us.
Yeah, we'll be in the end zone eating popcorn, watching games. If not, we will be somewhere. Just pass us a line. We'll know where yet.
April says, Cecilia, back to the dome. They got a shot to go win it this time. Stephanie Frugier, go Dogs, road Dogs. One more road trip.
Yeah.
Jerry says Sterlington. Juan says St. James. Patrick Fry's in the building. We're about to roll through Opelousas. Well, you and Chaston, come on in the building. We got brisket.
Yeah, we got a little bit of brisket left over.
Brisket.
Not much, but we got a little bit.
And Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, got a few of those.
Brisket and Dr. Pepper would be a nice stop. Come say hello. Let's see. Clark says, a lot of bad calls tonight, boy. But hats off to Dunham. They got the win.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to seeing the quarterback next week for Dunham.
Right.
In the dome.
Heard a lot of good things. And
LSU commit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bruce says, coming up on Opelousas from the Iowa Franklin the game. Hey, come on in. We got brisket.
We got some time. You'll see my truck in the front. Come on in. Just park in the parking lot. Come on in.
Oh, you had a detour because of the Basin Bridge is closed. Still hurting from last week. Still HS till we come again. Yeah, next year. Yeah, for sure. K104 is in the building. I wonder if I'm still making a call tonight.
I don't know, man.
Talk about the game. Don't ring the bell unless you. Oof, fighting words. You're not allowed over there again. Almost caught up on comments, Gary.
Oh man, there you go.
Let's see. Congratulations to Jules Sumner. Till next year. Yeah, they had a phenomenal year. Send that brisket with you. GP, my man. Can we get it past Superdome security?
That would be hard to do.
And Coach O Game Day Photography is in the building. Dome package offered by Go Preps. Go get your photos and get them soon. I'm not sure what the deadline is, Coach O. Let us know in the chat the last time we can, not us, but like the teams can purchase their packages.
Yeah.
Let's see. See how next week, just a fan, unfortunately. All right.
Yeah, we've been there before, man.
Caught up on the chat.
Yep.
Let's go and talk about these brackets games. Gary, give me your thoughts on some of these games here. We start with Haynesville and General Trask, and the run for General Trask comes to a halt here in the semifinals. You run into a Haynesville team that was game ready, and they seem like it's the redemption tour, we're calling this.
Yeah.
Gary, 52-20 was the final score here. Great run in the playoffs for General Trask, but they ran into the 1 seed tonight in Haynesville. They got other plans in their mind.
General Trask was making a good little run, but man, they just ran into a buzzsaw of Haynesville that has one goal in mind, and that's, like you said, redemption. They want to get to the title game and win it, and you know they've been dominant pretty much, you know, all the playoffs, and you know really letting everybody know, hey, we're on a mission. So I think that was just
another undefeated team here.
Yeah, just something that there was just no getting by.
They are in quest for title number 18.
18, yes. Can you imagine?
What a storied program that is for Haynesville.
I've never actually seen, you know, their school or their stadium. Or
I went there
once
like for the second round playoff game.
But I mean, I've heard
walk up and see banners.
Yeah, I've heard that you just walk up and see championship banners, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, right now, I don't know who has the most other than John Curtis with the most state championships.
John Curtis, then Haynesville?
Then probably it's going to be one. I think they're probably the second most. But man, I've heard nothing but good things about them, and when you walk in there, as far as intimidation and all that, I mean, it's just. But they're on a mission to get that next banner.
Absolutely. Gary, Logansport, South Plaquemines, this was a good football game.
Right.
And this was the Hash It Out Show game of the weekend. I believe this was 7-6 going into halftime. I mean, we come out of halftime and South Plaquemines edges Logansport 20-14. A good ball game.
Yeah.
And if you have not got to watch that one yet, please go watch the replay because that was a good finish. And South Plaquemines seeking their first state title since 2008. A long time coming, but it seems like this is the year.
Yeah. And they have been determined also this year. They want to come back and they want to end up getting theirs because, 2008 is a long time ago. And
it's a long time coming, but I mean, they dropped down from Division III to Division IV this year, and you knew once that occurred, they had a shot.
They had a shot to do it, and Logansport, very good friend to the platform and everything. It was hard to see them go down, but man, the game must have been. Wasn't able to watch the game because of what we were doing and everything like that. But it must have been a great game. I mean, 20-14, that's a nail biter of a ball game. You know? So. Congratulations to Logansport on a great season, but South Plaquemine, you moving on to the title game.
And that is our 1-2 matchup that we talked about. We only had 2 of them, and we get Haynesville, South Plaquemines for the title. And Gary, I mean, you start to look at this matchup, and this will be, and I'll have to pull up all the games, but this will be the second game on next Thursday.
Yeah.
So this will be the 3:30 game. Haynesville, South Plaquemines. This one's got an opportunity to be really good football game.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be a dogfight.
God bless you.
Excuse me, guys. Came from my toes. This is gonna be a dogfight because Haynesville is on a roll right now, and they're so focused. Can South Plaquemine slow them down? That's going to be the thing.
I mean, South Plaquemine's just not going to give them the title.
Oh, no. They're going to fight for it.
There's going to be a claw. It's going to be everything you want and more.
They're going to scratch, claw, bite, do whatever. It has to be done.
I think that 3:30 game's shaping up to be a dandy.
Yes, most definitely. I agree with you 100%.
Then the game we covered tonight, my man. 33-0 shutout victory for Vermilion Catholic over Kentwood. A Kentwood team that hung 50 on the defending state champs last week. Gary, the defense is good, the offense is good, the special teams is good, and the coaching staff's good. It's a complete team on a mission.
Right.
They got 4 quarters.
Jordy, we talked about this during the game today. It's like Vermilion Catholic just continued what they were doing last week. I mean, they just basically kept doing what they were doing last week. I mean, last week against a good St. Edmund team, 60-20, 60 points. Well, their defense was stout, and they came into this game, and their offense just continued doing what they were doing, and their defense said, hold my coat, whatever.
I mean, the front 7 is nasty.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
I mean, they get home on the pass rush, and ain't nobody rushing the football on them.
No, not at all. Let me tell you something, and we talked about this earlier. Kentwood had a 1st and goal twice. I think one was at the 5, and I don't remember where the other one was at, but they were in the red zone. Yeah, it was in there. And they just basically flicked the switch, and they just didn't let them score.
Yeah.
And most of the time, most of the plays were losses. No gains or losses. So that tells me that defense is clicking. Look out.
I like how Braden put that. Haynesville actually can match speed-wise which most teams couldn't with South Plaquemine. So
Right.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
But Gary, shutout, you know those seniors took a lot of pride in that shutout
Mhm.
because 2 opportunities to give up scores and
Mm-hmm.
they
rose to the occasion, man.
rose to the occasion.
That's all you can say.
Vermilion Catholic back in the dome for the first time since 2022. They were sophomores then.
Right.
They're seniors now.
And like I said, and like we talked about earlier, you know, Kentwood, yeah, they're going to hurt a little bit tonight, but that's a young team. Look out. Coach said it tonight whenever you interviewed him. He doesn't want to see Kentwood anytime soon right now because that's a young team and they have a good coach that is setting the foundation for that ball club. So look out.
Gary, the bottom game.
Wow, that was a whew.
Heard Elsie didn't even play tonight.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So I'm not sure what the status on him was. I mean, what a big loss it was to not have him in this one because, man, what a weapon he is in that backfield. And
You're right.
Ouachita Christian, they were down 22-17 in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Got a score for the game winner, and they win it 24-22. Ouachita Christian have done it 3 straight weeks. They beat the 6 seed on the road. They beat the 3 seed on the road. They beat the 2 seed on the road, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
The road trips this team has put in order to make it to the Dome, they got one more road trip in them.
Ouachita Christian don't underestimate them. I'm telling you, Ouachita Christian is one of the most consistent teams in the state over the last 10 years. You know, they've been steady. You know, I thought Ascension was going to be a little bit too much for them, but you know what? Ouachita Christian said, "Oh no."
So our buddy says got hurt in practice, dressed, and did come out for warm-ups, and then when they came back out to play, he was in street clothes. And man, what a loss! And we would have loved to see him play tonight to see how that game would have finished up.
Yeah, that would have been interesting to see what the turnout would have been with him in there. Yeah, I mean, wow.
Final score 24-22, and the matchup is set, and it's a good old-fashioned rematch, my friend.
Yeah.
State championship 2 years ago. It saw Vermilion Catholic, it saw Ouachita Christian, and we know how that game finished. Will it be similar results from 2022, or is it Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles time to go hoist the trophy?
Right.
Gary, your thoughts on this matchup?
I think it's going to be an exciting ball game. I think Vermilion Catholic is on a mission, but I think Ouachita Christian is on a mission too. Ouachita Christian saying,
not your everyday 11 seed.
"Oh, that's not far from being an 11 seed." And when I say that Ouachita is the most consistent, I don't mean in the Dome every year. I'm talking about the most consistent as far as wins all around. I mean, they're a competitive ball club. They've been that way for many years. But man, I think Ouachita Christian and VC has the makings of being. Remember how last year I said the best game of the year of the finals was Union and St. James? This has the capability to make that game just like that.
It's going to be some fun.
It's going to be some fun, yeah.
VC Ouachita Christian Part 2.
That's right.
Sign me up.
Yeah. And they knew who they were playing right at the end of the game. They were like, they knew it. They must have had people on the sideline just
Word
with it.
travel fast.
Yeah.
Isn't it, my friend?
God. I was like, I said, yep, we get them again. I was like, okay, good.
And Gary, I already have people asking me what size shirt I wear for next week from BC.
Let's go.
Hey.
3X, 2X or 3X for me.
State championship shirts.
That's right.
Are being printed. So, I mean, hey, we're big fans.
Yes, we are. Got to.
Gary, next bracket, you saw the state championship rematch in the semis. St. James Union Parish. Well, we watched this one on the way to the studio here, and that one had high drama in it. A fumble recovery and a scoop and score. Referee crew let the play go on. No whistle sound. Ruled a touchdown.
Yeah.
A missed extra point later made it 36-35, and then a go-ahead score late. St. James stuns the state champs, and Union Parish's quest for 5 state championship appearances in a row comes to an end at downtown Vatry, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Tough place to play.
Right.
St. James redemption tour is in full effect.
Yes. Man, like I said, last year, most exciting game I watched in the Dome. This year, don't know all the details about that call. We talked about it on the way back. But man, like I said, these two teams, they always play each other well. And, it's always an exciting game. So I think this is St. James's year to get to the Dome, and I think they deserve it, man. They worked hard for it, and even though Troy doesn't want us to pick them no more, all that stuff, but I think they deserve it, and I think it was a great ball game.
Braden says end zone view shows it was a fumble and the ball just sitting there. Only thing that you might be able to argue on the call is the kid who picked it up could have been ruled down by contact, but no ref was in position to see it from where they were.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Hey, that's...
Hey, and hats off to the kid by going into the end zone.
And went, yeah.
He could have stopped and could have gave it to the referee in that situation thinking he was down by contact, but you don't hear a whistle, Gary.
Yeah, you keep playing. You keep playing.
And you go score a touchdown in that situation.
Right, exactly. So, like I said, I'm not going to comment on anything like that because I don't know. I wasn't there, didn't see it, other than what we talked about. But, when you have Braden pretty much said what we needed to know, and I trust Braden.
Yeah. I mean, what a game, though.
Yeah. Oh, game.
Again, I mean,
once again.
I'm ready for when these two teams meet next year because you know what's going to happen. These teams are destined to meet each other in the playoffs. They might as well just start scheduling each other for the regular season.
Pretty much. Yeah, they should. I think they should.
How about an old week 1 matchup, St. James Union Parish, when the recycle comes back around?
Oh yeah, hey, that'd be now. There's nothing wrong with that. Can you imagine the gate?
Could you imagine the football out the gates in week 1?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The football would be top notch. Even if, I don't know how they could do it with the districts, but if you could play it like a week or so before the district, after you have a couple games underneath your belt to where you can actually get all the rust off and everything for the new year, man. Because look at what they're doing now. I mean,
that's just the football fans in us.
Yeah,
You'll probably never see it happen.
Probably not.
You have final score: St. James 43-36 over Union Parish. Union's quest to go back-to-back ends. St. James' quest to go claim the title that they believe they left in New Orleans is in full effect.
Oh yeah.
Look, Troy.
Yeah.
Look, Troy. Where you been, Troy?
Yeah, he was in there, but
Troy better come see us at the Dome next week.
Yeah, you need to come see us at the Dome, Troy. We'll be in the end zone, man. Come find us.
Look, Troy.
See? Look there. It's behind us, man.
Mr. Jerry, on your way to the Dome next week, drop us off a Sterlington helmet.
Yeah, we need a Sterlington helmet. We want to add to our collection.
Drop us off a Sterlington helmet on the way to the Dome next week.
That's right.
Nobody heard me, right?
No. Y'all might have heard me. Drop us off one. We need it. We'll bring it. We'll carry it around and show people.
We might wear it into the Dome.
Yeah. Hell, we'll wear it. Yeah. Yay.
My friend, what else we have here? Troy might be on Bourbon Street this time next week celebrating LCS 2 points that they played in the regular season outside of district that are now in the dome. Central Shaw. Hayden, it is past your bedtime. Go to bed, sir. Let's go to that other matchup,
He's
my friend.
pumped, man. He was there working with us, and hey, I can't say nothing. He did a good job. So.
He was fed well.
Yeah.
Froze.
Yeah. I think we all froze a little bit, man.
Sterlington, Gina, my friend. Sterlington, you knew last week if they got past Oak Grove, they were cruised to the state championship game because we all felt that the big one was the quarterfinals.
Yes.
And they got the big win over the defending state champs in the quarterfinals, and they come into the semifinals, and I'm sure it was an electric atmosphere. Shout out to Coach Rourke for getting his guys to the semifinals, but, I mean, Sterlington, my man, they are back into the title game where they were a couple years ago.
Right.
And here they go again. They're the 6th seed now. And not many people, when this bracket came out, gave them a shot to get to the dome. And here they go.
Right.
I mean, you had the ERAFs of the world at 2. You had the Oak Groves at 3. So you had some guys in the way. You knew you would have to make some road trips. And along the way, they found their way playing semi-final ball at home. And it's about as best you can script it up, right?
Right. You know, and they pretty much dominated this game. As you know, we like Gina. Gina's a big friend to the platform, and you know, but man, Sterlington just they flexed some muscles tonight.
Yeah, you knew what winner that Oak Grove Sterlington game was going to make it to the dome.
Yeah, and like I said in the chat, Sterlington's getting hot at the right time. They're flexing their muscles right now. I think the St. James and Sterlington game is going to be exciting.
Yeah, this one has a feel of being a 2-point conversion type of game.
Yeah. St. James might not like those 2-point conversions in the dome, but you know, as far as that, but hey, I think it's exciting.
But didn't we see Sterlington win a state title a couple years back because of a two-point conversion?
I think so. I think we sure do.
Braden, quote me if I'm correct there. Didn't we see Sterlington win a game a few years back because of a 2-point conversion?
No. Maybe not. I don't remember.
Or a 2-point conversion stop?
I don't know, or a stop. Yeah.
What am I thinking about, sir?
I don't know. I know. Well, it's not that one.
No. This was a few years back.
Yeah. I don't remember. That's my memory's getting worse.
Yeah, I mean it is 1:30.
Yeah.
Sterlington St. James, your early thoughts of this matchup? This one
exciting.
Gonna be.
I think it's gonna be exciting.
I think this is a Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff.
I think so.
I think this is the Friday night 7 o'clock kickoff. Let's see. There you go. I knew I wasn't crazy. Sterlington stops Madison's Prep 2 for the win.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I was close.
Okay.
2016, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I remember that was because we were there.
Yeah, we and we were talking about it all for the last for about 2 or 3 days after that.
Yes. 2016, boy, what a time.
Yeah, that was because.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Gary Sterlington, St. James. You think this one's gonna be a dandy? Your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be a evenly matched game that can go either way. Will the defenses? What will the defenses do? Will they be able to control the offensive of the other team? I think it's going to be. I don't want to say a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to be a decent game. And to me, the winner will be the team that the defense can stop. You know, stop the other team at least once or twice. More than the other one. I think it's going to be real tight.
So is it Thursday night at 7?
For which
this
one?
game?
Let's see.
So you got both Division 4s And then,
And then-
I believe you got St. James Sterlington Thursday night. So I had that one mixed up.
Yeah, you might have had. Yeah, you might have had that.
I had that one flipped.
Yeah,
St. James Sterlington to close out the Prep Classic Thursday night.
there's probably okay.
Yes.
Yeah, they used to have it on here, but they don't this time. I don't know why they don't have it on.
St. James Sterlington.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, JB just said Thursday at 7.
Mr. Jerry. Come say hello.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good one to close out the Prep
Yeah.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have 3 great games to close out the Prep Classic this
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Friday and Saturday, correct.
Gary, we look at this next bracket in Division 3 Select, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Dunham and Bunkie. We were all over Bunkie all season
Right.
long, and what a year it was. Congratulations for how you say that? One of those seasons where a season to remember.
Right, and this was one for Bunkie.
And Dunham, they stay undefeated in the undefeated versus undefeated matchup and head back to the Dome for the first time since 2022. Similar situation like VC, Dunham is back, and this time they want to be champions.
Yes. They're out on a mission too, and they want the gold trophy.
And Gary, I mean, back in 2022, how did they lose this game? I mean, they should have won that game. Flip record to start the game. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
We were upstairs.
Yeah.
And you know how biased we are towards Bunkie, so
Yeah.
we're going a little crazy.
Yeah. But, hey, that's why you play 4 quarters,
Yes. Gary, this was a 16-15 game. This was a tale of 2 halves, and this one, Dunham really came out of halftime, made the adjustments, and put this game away.
Right. They just came out, the adjustments they made worked, and they just stayed on it. And they just overpowered Bunkie at the end.
Final score 46-22. Gary, how fun is it going to be to see Elijah Haven for the first time in person next week at the Dome?
I'm excited about that. I've never seen him in person, and I'm excited to see that.
You get to see all 6'6" of them next week at the Dome, and he's got a couple receivers also, big-time targets.
Yeah.
So looking forward to seeing Dunham for the first time this season. We hear good things, and Gary, Dunham's back in the title game for the first time since 2022.
Yeah.
From most kickoff to them, game switch right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big turning
Heard
point
that,
in the second half. Elijah Haven trying to reel his team to a state title. Brayden, when's the last time Dunham's won a state title? Gary, Calvary Baptist, Catholic in New Iberia, the old phrase, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, right?
Yeah.
Well, Catholic in New Iberia, after a failed 2-point conversion with a little over a minute remaining, they go and recover an onside kick.
Yeah.
Gary, and then they win it with a walk-off field goal.
Right.
You couldn't have scripted a better finish, and they're going to be talking about that one for years to come. Gary, they're going to talk about that game whenever their grandchildren get here. That's that type of football game that you will never forget the night that you were in Calvary Baptist if you were a Catholic New Iberia fan.
Yeah, you're right. When we first saw this team, we said that they were going to be special. And you know what? They proved it tonight. They're special. That's a special team.
Well, I mean, they are a team of destiny.
Right. I mean, we're
they got a coach on their team that has brought another program to the title game.
But what I'm saying is that, they caught our eye in a jamboree, and we said that team has a shot. And guess what, Jordy? They're there. They have a shot to take it.
They lose week 1 and they reeled off 12 wins in a row.
Right. God, that's crazy. That's so crazy.
And that's why we give them a shot on Wednesday night to go and upset Calvary Baptist.
Right.
That's why.
And they did.
They're playing red hot Panther football right now. 12 wins in a row. Catholic of New Iberia, watch out. they very well could bring the title home next week.
That's a very good opportunity for that.
Gary, have you ever seen a game end like that? Failed 2-point conversion, recovered an onside kick, and then win it in a walk-off field goal.
That's crazy. I've seen things happen like that, similar, but it's been a while, and I personally haven't seen it in person but once, and it was during the regular season when I was a lot younger. But man, for Catholic to beat Calvary the way that they did, it just shows that they never stop fighting, and they're gonna keep playing till the end, and that's what that was all about today. So look out, watch out. Catholic of New Iberia is a good ball club.
Gary, you're never out of it if you got a puncher's chance, and there's still time remaining on the game clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's never over.
Wow.
You heard?
Yeah.
It's never over.
Oh no, it's never.
When you get to this point of the season, you better put teams away.
Right, and the thing about it is, if you have the momentum going for you and you have the opportunity to score, and say like me, basically to just close the door, you better do it, because if you don't,
you let someone stick around, and you will get beat.
We've seen that happen a couple times. In the playoffs this season, you let a certain team stick around and don't put them away, they're going to come back and bite you. And we've seen that a couple times this year in the playoffs.
Dunham going for their first title since 2004 in Catholic of New Iberia. I forget the year, but I remember a few years ago they beat Notre Dame in the finals. So, I mean,
I don't remember.
I forget the year, but I mean, it wasn't that long ago. Panthers were on top, and they're trying to get back on top. Gary, Elijah Haven versus that talented secondary of Catholic New Iberia next week. Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. Can New Iberia contain them? That's going to be the determining factor. Look out. That's all I got to say. It's going to be an interesting ball game with a lot of balls being thrown.
Gary, I mean, you look at the quarterback for Catholic New Iberia also, the smooth-looking lefty. He's got a shot to make this a quarterback duel.
Yeah, he's got a good supporting cast too. You know, he's got some people. You can be a great quarterback and throw the ball well, but if you don't have anybody to catch it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, both quarterbacks got great supporting cast next week. I think that game comes down to which defense comes up with the most stops to get a big time win.
They need a really put forward the effort to try to stop, because, like I said, both of those teams can throw the ball. So who's going to slow the other one down? That's going to be the question.
Panthers search for first state title since 2017, and Dunham searched for first state title since 2004. Gary, Baton Rouge versus New Iberia.
Yeah,
next week in the Dome.
Yep.
I like it.
I like it too.
Division II non-select. This one hurts. Holly's Lock of the Week's on a losing streak.
Yeah,
3 in a row.
Man, I'm crushed.
But Franklinton, they seek their first state title since 2010 with a 35-29 victory over Iowa tonight.
Right.
Gary, at one point this game was tied, and you thought to yourself, man, this is back and forth, back and forth. I mean, something's got to give. Is this coming down to who has the ball last? And Iowa falls on the road tonight, 29-35. What a season for Coach John's group, and that senior class was special, and they will be missed for sure. But Franklinton, as the 1 seed, punched their ticket to the title game, and they are searching for that title.
Right.
And it's been 14 years.
Yeah. Look, I knew this game was going to be tight. I knew it was going to be a dogfight. Iowa has always been a special team of ours. Kind of pulling for them a little bit. But Franklinton is a good ball club, and they've been consistent. And you know, they're a good ball club. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I'll tell you.
I know the principal. I graduated with the principal at Franklinton. You know,
I tell you, I think
he's a
Mr.
quarterback
Weibel's on
ball.
cloud nine right now.
John, he's probably up there doing cartwheels and backflips. You know, but I'm really excited for them. You know, because one of my high school classmates, someone I graduated with, is actually the principal and leading them over there. So there's a little bit of, you know, I guess you would say, pride in what they're doing over there, because I know John and I've been knowing him all my life. So congratulations to Franklinton and Iowa. Great season, man. Can't wait till next year, because I know it's gonna be just as good.
Gary, here's something funny.
What's that?
No one will want to be Holly's Lock of the Week next week. You realize that? They're telling us to pick St. James next week. The Sterlington fans are telling us to pick St. James as the Lock of the Week next week because of the losing streak.
Oh man. Hey, that just I'm gonna tell you straight up. That just came because that was two good ball clubs. So I don't let that bother me. But you know, I think Holly's gonna get back on track next week.
Oof. Tune in Wednesday night to see who the Lock of the Week is, and then cringing you see when you hear it.
Be like going,
like, oh my God, I know that she didn't pick us. You remember what we did for Lock of the Week last year? We ain't doing it this year. In the state championship games, we didn't even pick a Lock of the Week.
No.
All we did was announce a baby.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to do that.
And we're not doing that again this year. I mean, no more babies for us. Gary, so congratulations to Franklinton. 1 seed moves on, and it's nice to have that 1 seed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
This late into the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right. Home field throughout.
Gary, Plaquemine, Cecilia. This one right here, you knew if you didn't score with Cecilia, you were going to be in trouble. Because 57 last week, 49 the week before that, 50 the week before that, and you can even throw in what they did in the regular season. Gary, my goodness, Cecilia has cranked it up to 11.
Yeah. Cecilia is playing on, you know, like a team possessed, and they have a goal. They were short last year. They want that gold trophy this year, and you know what? They're playing well enough to get it. Plaquemine didn't realize how strong, you know, that team is. That offense is just clicking. You know, Diesel Solari is a man. He is a young man.
Diesel Solari
can just roll. So look out.
Diesel Solari is the X factor.
Yes.
We got Johnny Football over there for Vermilion Catholic. Well, Cecilia got Diesel Solari over there at Cecilia, and
he's healthy.
And not often you see guys impact games like you see with what Diesel has done in his career. And Gary, Diesel got a shot to go get a ring.
Yes, you're right.
Franklinton better get ready to score with Cecilia, because I don't think that offense is slowing down anytime soon. And hey, what's the points record for most points in a state championship game? Because I think Cecilia's going to go try to go catch it next week.
They're going to really try to put it on them. And you know, like I said, we talked about that. How can you see, you know, and I know it's strength of schedule and everything, but Cecilia's an 18th seed. That according to this year.
You know why?
Strength of schedule.
The district is weak.
Yeah.
So the district's weak, and it puts them at an 18 seed. I mean, it don't matter how good you schedule out of district, you still got to worry about your district hurting you. Gary.
Yeah.
He said, I'm putting my life savings on whoever Holly picks against next week. And then, what else? Brayden says UTL's biggest show might be Wednesday night to see who she picks.
Yeah, it might be. Braden says 118 points.
Like I'm talking about one team.
Oh, I think that's probably a combination.
So 77 is the
77.
record. So Cecilia.
No, that's the total.
Yeah.
The total. I'm sure one team went higher than that, but the record for combined score is 118.
Right. So Cecilia's trying to go get 78 next weekend. Hey, they're
Or
capable.
more.
They're capable.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? We may see a good old defensive ball game.
Braden, what's the most points scored by one team in the finals?
It's got to be 77.
I think it's probably
That's
more.
that Acadiana Parkway matchup he's talking about right there, 77-41.
Mhm.
But Mr. Swallow,
That's true.
you know what's special next week?
What's that?
We see a lot of talented guys playing their final downs.
Yes, I know that's gonna be
And-
sad.
Watching Cecil,
Cecil.
watching Diesel play his final time in the Superdome is only fitting.
Yeah, it is. This young man is special, and I think he's going to be playing on Saturdays. So it's just a matter of getting there. But I mean, there's nothing like your last high school game, and what better place to play it than the New Orleans Superdome?
77 is the record.
Yeah.
Owned by Acadiana.
Cool, man. They might break it. They may well break it. But like you said, can Franklinton stop Diesel? I don't think so. But can you score with them? I don't know about that. So we'll see.
I think it's going to be Franklinton's defense versus Cecilia's offense.
Yeah.
Who will be the king? Your thoughts
Yeah.
on this matchup, Gary? I don't know.
I don't know.
if this is going to be close. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout. I don't know if we're
Yeah.
looking at this the wrong way. I have no idea how this matchup is going to go next week.
My opinion on this is if Franklinton has to score with Cecilia. I don't think they'll be able to stop them
For 4 quarters.
for 4 quarters without answering.
Yeah.
Without answering. In other words, if you do it, I got to do it too. I cannot give you the opportunity to just stop me and do it again. It's like that's the only concern that I have for Franklinton. Can you stop Cecilia's offense? And so far, nobody has.
To win a state championship, you have to stop them.
Yes, you have to stop that. You have to stop them. And like you said, they're scoring a lot of points.
They got a red hot offense right now.
And you know what? It's going to be tough.
When's the last time a 18 seed has won a state title, Braden? We're going to let our good man, the guru, answer that one.
Mm-hmm.
Gary, that game will be Friday night, 7 o'clock to close off the prep class. We may not get back to the hotel until after midnight that night because if they're scoring that many points,
I can almost
that
guarantee
may be a
it.
4-hour game.
I can almost guarantee it. It's going to be something.
That may be a 4-hour football game.
Might well.
And then we got to get back and get ready to go back tomorrow, Saturday morning.
Saturday morning for the big boys.
Gary Shaw, Madison Prep, boy, what a dang good game this was. 35-28. Shaw survives at home and marches to the Superdome.
Yeah.
Shaw behind. I mean, you look at Coach over there. He brought Ponchatoula to the Dome a couple years back, and now he's got Shaw here at the Dome. And Shaw, the last couple of weeks, have shown that they are a team that can win the close ones.
Yes.
21-14 back against JFK. 35-28 against Madison Prep. Gary, I think it's time for Shaw to go put it on somebody in the Superdome next week.
Yeah, Shaw is, they're battle tested. They can actually play these tight games and come out on top. So
they do. They do a big one.
yes, they do. and they're going to have a good opponent that's going to be feisty also. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen because, you know, their opponent, they stopped a good back tonight.
Yeah, their opponent, good at stopping the run.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good defense, good front seven.
Right.
Shaw, I got some playmakers on the outside they can get the ball to.
Correct.
So if you stop the run, you got some guys on the outside that can hurt you.
Yes.
So can E.D. White stop Shaw for 4 quarters? Won't be easy.
I don't know. They did. They stopped Leesville today.
Leesville is one-dimensional.
One of the best running backs in the state, and they pretty much stopped him tonight. And so they're setting up a big game with Shaw and E.D. White. And like you said, can E.D. White, stop Shaw?
Time will tell.
So we're gonna have to see.
I'd love to see Coach over there at Shaw get a ring, man.
Yeah.
That would be cool to see him get one this year. It would be cool to see JB go out a winner this year and come celebrate with us in the stands. But I'm not just giving Shaw the title. They got to go earn it.
They got to go earn it. Yeah. And E.D. White's one of those teams that's gonna give you 110% no matter what. They're gonna come at you and they're gonna fight with you.
They're well coached.
Yes.
So I don't expect to just give them the title. I expect Shaw to go earn the title. How's that sound?
I'm ready for it. JB says it'll be his second ring.
Yep, second ring.
Second ring.
And a long time coming for Shaw. It's been a hot minute, and it's been a long overdue for them to get back to this point. E.D. White and Leesville, you talked about the stellar career of Xavier Ford comes to an end tonight, 41-13. Not sure if he broke the record tonight. Somebody let us know in the chat. We would love to hear. Did the record get broken tonight? And a great career from Xavier Ford.
Oh, Xavier's had a great career at Leesville, and he was Mr. Leesville, Mr. Wampuscat, whatever you want to call it, this year. And, I think that, he has nothing, he can't do anything but hold his head high for what he's achieved this year. And a good young man. Congratulations on a great year. But tonight, E.D. White was a little bit better.
Believes he broke it on the final run tonight. So if he did, what a career for him, and he got the record if he did. You're right.
Wow, that's amazing if he did that. That would be great.
Hey Gary, if Shaw wins, that means me, you, JB, Holden, George Peppers, Enoch. Who else we got with our crew? Chris, whoever, Alex. I mean, we're going down Bourbon.
Yeah, we'll go it.
JB, call the boys.
Let's get together, man.
We're going to celebrate Shaw down Bourbon. Or not, or Denny's.
Yeah, we know about Denny's.
We're too old for Bourbon.
Yeah. Ray said, if Shaw wins, you'll see JB doing snow angels on the 50-yard line.
You're right.
You're right on that.
Good luck, my friend. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Shaw, E.D. White, Gary, your thoughts on this one? You think this one's going to be close? You think this one can get out of hand?
I think Shaw's going to be strong. The key is going to see if E.D. White can stop them.
It has to be a 14-7, 21, 14 type of game.
I think it's going to be low scoring.
For E.D. White to have a shot.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be high scoring. But if it is high scoring, I predict that Shaw's going to be the high scorer. Shaw's going to go and do a little bit more. But I don't think, if it stays close, like a 17-14 game, I think E.D. White has a chance. But if it's a little bit more explosive, I think Shaw has the edge.
And Shaw could run away with it if they get into
a track meet.
Gets out in front, then they could. E.D. White will run the clock and ball all night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to go and you got to go and set the tone early if you're Shaw.
Correct. Yeah, you got to hit them in the mouth early, and then just keep your foot on the gas.
Speaking of hitting somebody in the mouth,
whoa, you right.
Gary, they were trying to fight in pregame over there at Neville tonight, my man. This felt like SEC football on a Saturday when they have to separate teams before games. And I mean, Neville, Central Baton Rouge, no love lost here.
You right. Sorry, I gotta get you something. Right.
Yeah, well, grab me a pepper.
Would you like a pepper, my friend?
Yeah, grab me a pepper. Neville, Central Baton Rouge, no love lost. It seems like a rivalry that is brewing for years to come.
There you go, my friend.
Central Baton Rouge knocked them off last year by 1 and ended Neville's season. Gary, they did it again. It wasn't by 1 this time, it was by 4. Yeah, how about a blocked field goal return for a touchdown for the game-winning touchdown? Neville's streak of correct me if I'm wrong. Neville's streak of not making it to the Dome goes another year, and Central Baton Rouge, for the very first time in school history, make it to the finals. What a moment for that program.
Yeah.
Coach Semino, he's entering GOAT status. But can he go and win his second ring as a football coach? You know he's got a championship ring, and you know he's got a runner-up. Can he go get ring number 2? But what a job tonight for Central Baton Rouge to go into hostile territory and get a big-time win. Let's see.
You're right, but let me tell you something. It's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
You know, they think they had it hard with Neville. It's going to be even harder next week against the defending champions.
Yeah, Central does that every single game. Something that Coach Semino has brought to every program. And they didn't think too highly of it, my friend.
No, they didn't.
Central Baton Rouge, I know you got a happy camper over there in Central right now.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine from Central that really is excited about that. And you know what? They have every right to be, because
read that comment.
Yeah. Where that? Which one? No. That means the show is about to take a turn. Yeah, pretty much.
Brady said this could get out of hand at any moment.
Yeah. No, but I think Central Baton Rouge has, you know, a great opportunity. I mean, they have a coach in play right now that is just someone that I personally have all the respect in the world for. He's a great friend to us. But I mean, they went in there, they went to Neville, and they pretty much hit him in the mouth and won.
Hey, give me a piece of brisket so I could show our good friend.
You want it just on a fork, or you want?
Yeah, I can show our good friend that we still eating brisket around here. Central Baton Rouge touching the carpet for the very first time. Congratulations. They get a date with Big Rustin. And Big Rustin, they flexed it tonight. 44-7. Uh-oh.
Well, since you had one, I'm going to have one too.
Brisket at 1:50 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you got work in the morning.
I know.
Right there. Talk to me about Big Rustin's dominating win.
Rustin lost to Destrehan 3 years in a row. And they never played him in Rustin. And this was the first year. They had an interview earlier this week with some of the players, and they were excited to finally get them, you know, at home. And man, I just want to tell you this. I don't want to show any disrespect to Destrehan, but you went into Ruston, and Ruston flexed. They showed how it is done. And I'm going to tell you right now, Ruston is on a mission to repeat. End the discussion. That's it.
Ruston trying to go back to back. This Central defense is for real.
It is.
This Ruston Ball Club is for real. This one will close out the Prep Classic on Saturday, the finale.
Yeah.
Gonna be some fun. I'm gonna hook y'all up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Thoughts on this one? Central Baton Rouge plays for a title for the first time. Ruston plays for back-to-back. Your thoughts?
I think Ruston is a machine. I think Central has to do something to try to short circuit it. I think it's got the makings of a good ball game with Central's defense, but Central still has to stop Ruston, and I don't know if ever that's going to happen. Ruston is hitting.
A lot of people said Central Baton Rouge has a top 5 defense in the entire state.
Right.
So we will see what happens.
Well, like you said, we'll see, because I want to see.
But if that team from Ruston shows up from the semifinals at the Dome, oh my.
It's gonna be an interesting ball game. That's all I got to tell you. I think it's gonna be interesting.
Division I select Edna Core Catholic of Baton Rouge.
Wow. That's all.
Edna Core Catholic of Baton Rouge, 21-19 was the final score. They said it don't matter how you got it done, just as long as you get it done, and they do, and we finally get to see Edna Core back into the Dome. It's been a while since we've seen that entrance. It's been a while since we've heard that band. Gary, Edna Core back in the Dome.
Right.
First time since 2019. Long time coming.
You're right. And, the way that Edna Core, basically, Catholic of Baton Rouge was driving the ball, and they had, someone said they had a sack that got them out of field goal range. That basically knocked them out of field goal range to where they couldn't even make an attempt. I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure our sources are pretty accurate. But man,
You got sources, and you didn't tell me about them.
You got sources. You're the one that told me. Remember?
No, I got Jacket Media Productions.
The University of Edna Core we've been calling them that for the whole year, and they've been proving themselves to be a great team. They have it seems like no matter who they play against, they have an edge. And Catholic was the latest victim of that. It was close. Yes, it was a tight ball game, but Edna Core found a way to win. And that's basically what it is.
1 point better?
Yep.
Or 2 points better?
1 or 2 more. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Core, back in the Dome, where they belong.
Right.
John Curtis, Alexandria, first off, happy birthday to JT Curtis.
Yes.
Alexandria, a team of greatness, is 1 win away from winning it all. You know what else makes this so special?
What's that?
This is Alexandria's first ever trip to the Dome. You think that's going to mean something to that community?
Oh, it's going to mean a lot.
It's going to mean something to those kids and those coaches next week? Gary.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when we talked about teams that are going to pack the Dome next week,
That's one.
that one right there, everybody's coming because it's the first time.
When you see a team like Alexandria playing against a team like John Curtis, first of all, you get excited because, John Curtis is I don't know if you want they are the team that has set the standard in a lot of ways to high school football. How many times? I think 27 state titles?
Or 28.
28 states, somewhere in there. They are the team that, now they haven't been there lately, but they've been consistent in the playoffs. But you know, that's an exciting game for Alexander because you know the old say to be the best you got to beat the best, and you know John Curtis is, you know, their school is pretty much some of the best in the state, and man, Alexandria just they had the opportunity and they came out on top.
You know what's pretty cool?
What?
We get to see J.T. Lindsey for the first time
Yeah.
in person next week as Alexandria makes it to the Dome.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him play before he gets to LSU.
Yeah, I am too. I actually want to see what he's going to do. I'm excited for him, but man, I think LSU's got a good player right there. I think he's going to be something else.
Alexandria wins it 24-13, and everyone gets the matchup we longed for when these playoff brackets came out. Edna Core, Alexandria, it's a date, and a champion will be crowned. Gary, this one. This is the one.
I don't know how to feel about this because I'm gonna tell you right now, Alexandria has always been a team that we look to see how they're doing every week. Whenever we do our pick show, whenever we do a recap show, whenever we do a call, we want to find out how Alexandria did and how they've been our, like, I guess you would say our one of our favorites. You know, I don't want to say it's our favorite, but I mean they've been one of the teams that we've been watching.
Watching closely.
Yeah, watching closely. But Edna Carr, we've been watching Edna Carr for all year this year, but I mean, we've been watching Edna Carr for the last 20 years, it seems like, you know. What's going to happen in that matchup? Oh, my God.
I think this is going to be the best game of the entire Prep Classic.
You believe?
This is my favorite I'm looking forward to.
Think it's going to be wide open in scoring, or you think it's going to be defensive? I don't see any defense in that game.
I have no idea.
Oh, my God, yes.
I mean, I hate that it's at noon.
Yeah.
I hate that this game has to be played at noon. It feels like a 7 o'clock wording
Right.
type of game on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But at least we get it.
Yeah. And I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a very exciting atmosphere. I think it's gonna be explosive. I think there's gonna be speed. There's gonna be big plays. I think it's gonna be.
You got D1 talent
Yeah.
on both sides of the field.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be big play after big play. You know, hopefully you'll have the defense that can actually kind of stall one or the other. But I'll be honest with you, like you said, I think this game is going to be wide open. Wide open.
Gary, we did our final broadcast tonight
Yeah.
of the season, and you know what sucks?
What?
This is our final recap show of the season.
Right.
Our final
That's
midnight recap show of the season. What a run.
Hey, but we had fun. It seemed like we just started the season, and now we're heading to the Dome. You know, we're going to have our Wednesday pick show, and then we're going to be in the Dome the next day, and we're going to be watching some state champions being crowned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next week.
No recap show next Sunday after y'all get back.
We'll talk about it.
I don't know. We're gonna do our recaps after each game.
Yeah, well, we'll talk definitely after each game. There, we're gonna do like we did last year, just have a few minutes to talk about the game and what we saw and stuff. We're not gonna be broadcasting the game. We're just gonna have our conversation about the game like we did last year.
Maybe the following Wednesday.
Yeah, we might do something.
Maybe the following Wednesday we'll do a state championship full recap.
Yeah,
And,
we can do that.
And then we'll do our end of the year show where we talk our top tens and best places and all that good stuff. But for now, let's get on out of here.
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow.
let's get on out of here and close this one out. Final midnight recap show of the season, my friend.
Yeah.
Send everyone home that's still watching.
First,
give some love.
First of all, I want to say thanks to Jordy for, allowing me to be here with him and everything like that, and being a part of Under the Lights. Everybody that played tonight, everybody that's going to be playing next week, congratulations on a great year. Be proud of yourselves. Be proud of everything that's you've gone through this year. If this was your last game today, be proud of your efforts and everything that you've done. You've made it to the semifinals. Not everybody gets to this point. Those of you playing for a state championship, you have. Some of you have 6 days. Some of you have 7 days. Some of you have 8 days. Just get ready for your best effort. Look forward to giving it your all in the Dome in New Orleans, and leave it all on the field. And, then you can be proud of yourself, because everybody in your family, everybody at your school, everybody, they're proud of you no matter what. So take care on that, do your best, and just shine.
Gary, broadcast number 28 tonight felt very special. Mm-hmm. And you go and think to yourself, it was a season where we really pushed this into high gear. We wanted to go out and really do some big things this season, and I think we can walk away this year proud of the effort and proud of the hard work we put into this. And we could say broadcast number 28 tonight, it was a record of games we've done in the season, and the game sits at 50,000 views right now. We must be doing something right. And I'm very proud of the crew, and I'm very proud of never giving up whenever times seem to get hard and you don't know whether or not you want to finish this out. But I'm proud of that. I stuck this out as long as we did.
Yeah. Jordy, and I'm going to tell you, as far as the crew, everybody that's helping us and everything like that, first of all, you're the boss, and we all work to try to make everything you want happen. But we had some good help tonight, and we have a good group of guys that are in and out all during the year. And all I can say is thanks for making our jobs easier. And, because, tonight, we had so much help tonight. We had support. We had a full crew plus tonight. And it's all because of you. So thanks for that.
Yep, it was some fun, my friend. And I appreciate you being there by my side. It would not be the same without you. And these recap shows.
Oh, well, I like doing this, man.
These recap shows would not be the same without you. So thank you for everything.
Yeah,
love you, big guy.
I love you too, buddy.
Let's go catch some football games next week. Sad to see it end, but all good things have to come to an end. And what a year 2024 was. Gary, thank you again. Let's get on out of here. Good night, everyone. We say goodbye for now. Congratulations to all the winners that punched their tickets to the Dome. We'll see you in New Orleans. For myself, Mr. Gary Swallow, we say goodbye for now. God bless each and every one of you. God bless high school football. And forever UTL. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That's all I can say is thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.